Hello friends. Today we'll discuss about data query language. So there is mainly one command, select command, that is used in data query language. Okay. So today we'll see what are different kind of select commands that we can use to fetch data from the source. Fine. So for that first we'll make some tables and then we'll see how to get data from those tables. To make the tables, first we'll start with making a database. So I will create a database named books catalog. I will execute this command and now I have successfully created a database named books catalog. And then I will change my database to books catalog. Now I will create a table named authors. Here there will be three columns: author ID, name and surname. So I will select this and execute this. Now I have successfully created a table named authors. Okay. Then I will create a table named books. So again I will select this and click on execute. And now I have created a table named books. Here the columns are book ID, name, page count, point and author ID. The next table that I am making is borrows. So again I will select this and execute this command. Here the columns that I am having in my table is borrow ID, student ID, book ID, taken date and brought date. And now here I have some values that I will be feeding into my tables so that I can fetch data from the tables. So these values first I will insert it. I think this command run fine, yeah. And now I will go here and I will insert values in the books table. And so this command also ran successfully. And then this table, borrows table, I have inserted some values in the borrows table also. Fine. And the last table that I will be making is employee details. So again I will select this command, execute it, and it has created a table named employee details. Here I have five columns: ID, name, gender, salary and department. And again I will insert some values in the employee details table. So I have taken some values that I will insert in the employee details table. Fine. So till now what we have done is we have made four tables and now we will see how to get data from those table. Depending upon our needs, our constraints, we will try to get data from these four tables. Fine. So we will start with simple select commands. So the most simple select command is select star from authors. What does this mean is select everything from authors table. This star signifies that we will be using all the columns in that table. So when I select this command and execute it, you can see that we are getting table with all the three column names, because in authors table we had three columns. I will again go back and show you. See, this is the authors table and here we had three columns, and those three columns are getting fetched when we are using the select command. So author ID, name and surname we are getting. Fine. Then the next select command is if we want to have some particular columns. Okay, then we will write the column name in place of star. So suppose if I only want author ID and name, I don't want the surname column, so I will remove a star and I will add author ID and name. When I will run this command, you can see that now I am getting only author ID and name column and I am not getting the surname column. Okay. Then the third is, suppose if I want only top 5 rows from the table, if I just want to see what are the column names and how is the data, so just I want to get a top few rows from my table, then I will give this command: select top whatever number of rows I want and then star and from table name. Okay, so when I will run this command, you can see that I am getting the top 5 rows. If I replace this top 5 with, let's say, 3, then I will get top 3 rows. See, now I am getting top 3 rows. Now we will see how to use select commands with operators. So there are many operators like and, or, not, like, between. So we'll discuss this operator later, but for now we'll see how to use these operators in the select command. Here is the first select statement that I will execute. So you can see that select star from authors, and now I am giving a condition where name is equal to George and surname is equal to Elliot. Okay, so now what will happen that this command will search in the whole table where the name should match with George and the surname should match with Elliot, and if it is able to find any record where both the conditions are met, then it will fetch me that record. So when I execute this, you can see that I am getting A18 George, surname Elliot. Okay, now there is one more operator, like the name is also like. Here we can see select star from authors where name like G underscore. So what will happen that it will see that the first letter should be G. So when I execute this command, you can see that I am not able to find any record, because it means that the first letter should be G and the underscore represent that it is a space for one letter, that any letter can come here. Okay, but all the names are more than two letter. If I come here in the authors table, you can see that all the names are more than two letter names. Okay, so that's why I'm not able to get any record when I am when I am giving this command. Now the last one in the operator is this one: select all columns from authors where author ID is equal to A5. So when I run this command, you can see that I am not able to get any record because A5 doesn't exist. Okay, so what I will do, I will go and I'll see that whether A5 exists or not. You can see that A1, A2, A3, A7 is there, A5 is not there, and that's why I am not able to get any record here. Fine. The next is select command with null. So the first one is select star from authors where surname is null. So what this command will do is it will select all the from the authors table where the surname value is equal to null. Okay, when I execute this command, I am getting one record, author ID 836, and here the name is Elnor Hallowell and the surname value is null, so no value is there, and that's why I am getting this record. The next one is select star is null surname comma unknown as surname from authors. So what this command will do, it will select all columns from authors table, and it will see if the surname value is null, then it will replace it with the unknown. So when I execute this command, you can see that here somewhere I should be able to see unknown, because in the last command we saw that in 836, yeah, here the surname value was null. So what this command is doing is that it is making one more column, and in that column it is keeping all the values from the surname column where value exists, and if no value exists like here, then it is replacing it to unknown, and this is the column that is getting generated, and this is the value unknown that is coming. And the last command that we will discuss in null is select author id comma name plus is null as complete name from authors. So what this command will do, it will select the author ID column, and then it will create one more column. The name of that column will be complete name, and there what this command will do is it will take the first name from the name, and it will replace any null value in the surname column to unknown, and then it will present as a column complete name. So when I run this command, you can see that I am getting two columns right now. The first is author ID and the next one is complete name. And here in 836, you would be able to see that I am getting this Elnor HelloL unknown here. So this is how select command is used in null. Now suppose if we want to see what are the distinct values in a particular column, then we can use this command, select distinct name from authors. What this command will do, that in the authors table it will go to column called name, and there it will search for all the distinct values of name. So when I execute this command, you can see that these are the values that I am getting, and all are unique values. No value will be duplicate here. Okay. Then the next is aggregate functions. So first of all, what is aggregate function? So aggregate functions are those which take multiple values as input and give only one value as output. So if we give multiple value and then we ask for sum or minimum, maximum, then it will give only one value as output. So these are the aggregate functions. We will discuss about them later, but for now we'll see how to use aggregate functions in the select command. So here we will write select, then column name, gender, then sum, and here we will give the column name on which we want to implement sum, and this is the alias. This will be the name of the column which will be created. Then the next aggregate function is average salary, and the column name will be average from employee details table and group by gender. So here whatever column we are putting in group by, we have to give the same column name in the select column name also. So here you can see the gender is common in both. So when I run this command, you can see that For gender female, the sum of salary is 51,200 and the average salary is 6,400. And for the gender male, the sum of salary is 44,400 and average is 6,342. The next is joins and unions. There are many type of joins like inner join, left join, right join, full outer and cross join. But we will discuss them in detail later. For now we'll see how to use any one type of join. So here we can see that select a dot name comma b dot name from authors table, and in place of authors will give a name as a, so it is equivalent to write as authors. It is equivalent to write as authors. So suppose if I don't write a here, then I can write authors here. But I don't want to give such big names, so that's why I will use alias. So I will give a name to author as A and I will give a name to books as B. Then what I will do is that I will make a join of authors table and books table, and I will make a inner join, and the join will be on author ID column in both the tables. So when I execute this command, you can see that I am getting a table here. And what columns I am getting? I am getting name column from the authors table, and I am getting the book ID column from the books table. And how we are getting these two columns from two different table? Because of this condition. So here we are using the primary key and foreign key to make a inner join and then fetch the required columns from those tables. The next is union. So there are different kind of union operations like union, union all, except and intersect. For now we'll just discuss the basic union. So what we'll do, we will write select and then we'll write the name of columns that we want from authors table. So right now I only want the name column. So I am writing select name from authors, and the same command I will just copy paste once again here, and here I will add books table in place of authors table. Okay, and then I will give what type of union command I want. So right now I only want simple union. Okay, so when I execute this command, I will get names from the authors table and also the names from the books table. The next is rank functions. So there are different kind of rank functions like row number, rank, dense rank. We'll discuss them again in future, but for now we'll just see a basic simple rank function, how to use that in the select command. So what I will write select, then I will write the column name, that would be page count, and then I will write what type of rank I want. So right now I want just simple rank, and over, and this is the syntax for the rank function. So this much is the syntax for the rank function, order by page count, and I am giving it a alias as page count rank from books table. And when I run this command, as you can see that I am getting the page count column here, and I am getting the page count rank column here, and it is arranging in the ascending order, and it is giving a rank based on the number of page count. So this is how we use rank function in the select command. Now we will see how to use case in the select command. So here what we are writing select the column name, that is page count, and there we are writing the case. So the case is when page count is more than 100, we will write long, and when page count is less than or equal to 100, we will write short. And then we are writing end as, and this is the name of the column that will be created from books table. So this much is the syntax for the case. And now we will see after executing this command what happens. So when I execute this command, you can see that the page count column we are getting, that we added in the select, and the next is the size column that is generated using this case, and based on the number of pages in the page count column, it is assigning a value as long or short. Now here we see a complex select command. We will just try to understand how this select command will work. Okay, so here we are seeing select a dot name, that is the column name from table authors a dot name, and we are using an aggregate function as average page count, and we are giving the name avg underscore page count to that column. Our source would be authors and books, and a and b are the alias name that we are giving to these two table, authors and books, and this is the condition on which we are making the join. So it will take author id from the authors table and author id from the books table, and it will make the join based on that. Now this is the condition that we only want those records in which the page count is more than 100. Okay, now we want to group that data that we are getting by a dot name, and we only want for those in which the average page count is more than 250, and the overall data should be arranged by average page count in the descending order. Okay, so right now first I will run this command, and you can see that, try to understand here, the page count should be more than 100. Okay, so you can see the page count is more than 100, the average page count is more than 250, and the average page count is in the descending order also. Okay, now we will try to understand what is the order of execution of these commands. So first, this command will run like from which source we are fetching our data, then where command will work, after that group by command will work, then having command will work, and after these commands are executed, then we will execute this command, the select command, and once all these commands are executed, the final command that will be executed is the order by command. So I hope it is clear. The first, this will be executed, the next would be this, and the last is this. So here I have mentioned how the commands are executed, like first from is executed, then where, then group by, then having, after it select, and finally order by. Thank you for watching this video. Please like, subscribe and comment for more such videos. We will meet in next video. Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye.